What's good, family? Have you ever felt like you were holding on to something that no longer served you? It could be a relationship. It could be a job. It could be a friendship. It could even be a version of yourself. See, letting go isn't always hard. What's hard is letting go when you know what you need to let go. So let's talk about it. What do you feel like you need to let go? Or what are some signs that'll let you know that you need to let go of that situationship, that relationship, that job? I think one of the number one things would be your peace. If this situationship costing you your peace, it's your job, for example. If you go in there every day and every day you leaving mad, you got to go home and vent to one of your friends about how you don't like this job, the workplace is toxic, that is disturbing your peace. You going somewhere every day that you know isn't going to bring you any joy. Could be your relationship. Every day or every other day, you and your significant other going back and forth arguing. Right after you just left that job that maybe was getting on your nerves. That's your peace being disturbed. See, we get the signs all the time about the stuff that is not aligned with us anymore. But sometimes we so attached and moving out of fear of losing something that we'll hang on to something that was meant for us to let go a long time ago. Comfort zones. We comfortable in this relationship because we've been with this person for 5 years. We comfortable in this job because we've been here for 10 years. But we ain't got a raise in over 3 years. So a lot of times, like I said, we hold on to stuff out of comfort because we scared to start over. We scared of the uncertainty. I'm gonna give you a little quick story. I was living back in Georgia and I moved out here to Phoenix, Arizona. Now, I don't know, I don't have no immediate family out here in Phoenix, Arizona. But I knew I was ready for a change. I knew I was ready for a shift. I knew I was ready for a new beginning, new environments. Did I have some doubts sometimes? Yes. But I had to take action in order for something to change. So if you that person that you got this idea or this vision to make this move, just make you a plan, stick to it. Find a way to execute on your plans, execute on your goals. Don't operate out of fear, because it ain't gonna get you nowhere. If you don't never set the goal, make the plan, and execute, how you gonna know if it's gonna work or not? Or you gonna always sit with the thinking, damn, I wish I would have made that move. Damn, I wish I would have took that risk. Now it's just stuck here doing the same thing over and over again, repeat cycles. But we just can't operate out of fear. And a lot of times we outgrow things. We outgrow people. You may have outgrown your relationship. This person may not have the same goals as you, as y'all did when y'all started dating 5 years ago. 5 years ago, it could have been something simple. Let's just try to be together for 3 years. Let's get an apartment together. Now your goals have changed. You want kids. You want to get married. You want to move from an apartment to a house. But this person may still want to stay in an apartment. They may not want kids. They may not want to get married. So now you got to ask yourself a tough question. Do I want to stay in this relationship where this other person doesn't want to grow and it's going to hinder my growth? Or am I going to choose myself and see what I can do to make the changes I need to make for my life? Like I said, a lot of people just got that fear of starting over, that fear of being alone. Ain't nothing wrong with being alone. I've been single for 7 years. It can get lonely, but in that alone time, I have found myself. I know what I like. I don't have to listen to another person's opinion to try to force something on me what I like. See, in that alone time, that's where you get to know yourself. A lot of people don't want to be alone. They need to be with somebody. And that when you choose that right there, I got to be with somebody. 9 times out of 10, you end up with anybody. Just so you don't want to be alone, but that person ain't aligned with you. You chose somebody so you wouldn't be lonely. Can't operate like that, fam. Can't operate like that. And a lot of us, we stay in relationships, whether, like I said, whether that's a friendship or a job. And a lot of times you catch yourself over giving, never receiving. You always there to support them in the relationship. When it's your turn to get some support, you can't get it. You go to work, you give up 100%, you go above and beyond. But then you go to your boss, hey, I need to leave early today to pick up my kid. And they can't do nothing for you. Hey, man, I've been running these numbers up for the last year and a half on my shift. Can I get a raise? I don't know, we're going to have to look into that. But you've been busting your ass doing overtime every day for the past year. What is support? See, a lot of people want to stay in jobs because they feel like it's too hard to go interview somewhere else and start over and start a new skill. They've been at this job so long, it's all they know. But you got to ask yourself, is this job helping me elevate and grow as a person? Or have I been doing the same thing for the last 5 years down there making the same money? Is this a job or is this a career for me? Sometimes you got to ask yourself that. Ain't nothing wrong with changing, man. Changing is good. I'd rather constantly be changing than constantly repeated, stuck doing the same thing over and over again. But that's just me. But I do know a lot of people that go to these jobs and give out a lot and be there for years and years, and they don't get nothing in return. I've seen people been at jobs 20 years. Next thing you know, they come do a big layoff, them be the first people to go. So, yeah, you could be loyal to your job or loyal to a relationship. But hey, if they ain't loyal to you, you just did all that time for nothing. And I'm gonna be honest with you. Letting go doesn't mean you gave up. Letting go means that you chose you. Whatever that situation was that was draining you, If you was able to say, I let this go, I got to get this off of my energy, that's a win. That's a win, fam. That is a win. Sometimes that just means you choosing growth. You let it go, you choosing growth. And I'm gonna be honest with you. If that's in your spirit right now, to let something go, trust it. Don't be afraid. That energy ain't on you for nothing. Spirit ain't showing you them signs for nothing. The Most High ain't put that in your face, that sign in your face for nothing. You may have prayed for a sign. Look, man, look, Most High. If I go in here today and these people get on my nerves or they talking about they ain't giving me no raise, let that be my sign at the time for me to move on. And you go in there and the exact same thing happen. But you telling yourself, I'm gonna just try to make it 1 more, 2 more months. That 1, 2 more months could drain you even more. So when you get that sign and you know in your spirit, in your soul, this is my sign to let it go. This is my sign to move on. Don't be afraid. I've been in your situation before. I was in a relationship over 10 years and it was hard to let go at first. But I couldn't keep ignoring the signs. And it was painful. But as time went on, as I healed, as I learned to love myself, things got better. But now I'm at more peace, more in tune with the Most High. So I think that was a win. I also had a job that was draining my energy, stressing me out. And I had worked myself from the bottom to the top. But they were draining me every day. And things got better once I got into those management positions. But they wasn't gonna come give me my flowers. Bass, you doing a good job. We hitting numbers all the time. I was undervalued. I was underappreciated. I was making the company big money, but the company wasn't making me big money. But I just wanted to give y'all that for an example that, man, listen, it's okay to let go. You never know. You letting go of something could be the best thing for you on the other side of letting that go. If it resonated with you today, fam, tap into the channel. Make sure you hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel. Follow for more. I also offer one-on-one coaching. If that's something that you're interested in, hit the link in the about section. I'm out, fam.